Have you ever tried carrying a backpack filled with rocks day in and day out every single day? Imagine each rock as a worry, a fear, a what-if scenario that weighs you down. That's what living with anxiety feels like, a constant heavy burden that you can't just shrug off. Now let's add another layer to this. Picture a storm cloud, dark and looming. This isn't a passing shower. It's a persistent storm that follows you around, turning clear skies into a drizzle of worry and uncertainty. That's anxiety. It's not just feeling a little stressed or nervous before a big meeting or event. It's a perpetual tempest that makes the simplest tasks seem like towering mountains. It's a labyrinth of what-ifs and worst-case scenarios that traps your thoughts and twists your perception of reality. Anxiety isn't just occasional stress or nervousness. It's a persistent storm cloud that hovers over your life. Anxiety is a chameleon, changing its form but always leaving a mark. It's not just about excessive worry or constant fear. Anxiety wears many masks and can sneak into our lives in ways we might not expect. For some, it manifests physically. The heart races like a drum beating out of control. The stomach churns as if you're on a never-ending roller coaster. Or the body trembles with a nervous energy that refuses to be stilled. For others, it's emotional. Anxiety can trigger sudden outbursts of anger or sadness, turning even the calmest individual into a whirlwind of heightened emotions. And then there are those who retreat, withdrawing from social situations, secluding themselves in a cocoon of solitude. It's not out of preference, but a defense mechanism against the overwhelming fear of judgment or rejection. Anxiety is more than just excessive worry. It's a multifaceted monster that can change its form but always leaves a mark. It's a chameleon, ever-changing but always there, lurking in the shadows. When anxiety enters the realm of marriage, it can build an invisible wall between you and your spouse. This wall, often unseen but always felt, is not one of bricks and mortar but of constant worry, fear, and overthinking. It's a wall built from questions that have no answers, from fears that have no basis, and from worries that never seem to quiet. Imagine a simple interaction, a forgotten anniversary, or a missed phone call. To an anxious mind, these innocuous events can turn into a cascade of what-ifs. What if they're losing interest? What if they're planning to leave? This constant worry can create a chasm in the most intimate of relationships. Anxiety can also lead to a fear of abandonment that is so intense it can become a self-fulfilling prophecy. The constant need for reassurance can become exhausting for a partner, leading to tension and conflict. This invisible wall isn't built overnight, but brick by brick, each fueled by an anxious thought until it's so high that it starts to block the sunlight of love and understanding. And imagine a marriage where communication flows freely, where you can be your authentic self without the fear of judgment, and where love isn't overshadowed by worry. It's a reality that is within reach, even if anxiety has cast a long shadow over your relationship. The path to this healthier, happier marriage begins by recognizing the presence of anxiety. It's about understanding that those rocks in your backpack aren't part of you, but something you're experiencing. It's about seeking help, be it through therapy, support groups, or self-care practices. It's about opening up to your partner, sharing your fears, and working together to lighten the load. And most importantly, it's about knowing that you are not alone in this journey and that it's okay to ask for help. So, if you or your spouse are struggling with anxiety, remember, you don't have to carry that weight alone. The first step toward a healthier, happier marriage is acknowledging there's something to heal.